Okay, this is Blue Collar Tourist, and I'm in Tokyo, Japan. And this is like Shinjuku Central Park. Those two buildings right there are the Hyatt Regency. It's pretty nice for a Regency, you know? Like it's well done, right? I kind of figured out one of the reasons why I like Japan and actually this part of the world, but this video is going to be about retiring in Southeast Asia. But the reason why I like this part of the world is like they just do things well here, and sometimes like common things, they just do them well, you know. And I don't know how else to explain it, but it's just like there's just almost an art to like normal things here sometimes. But I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's like a perfectionist society in some ways, you know? And I kind of dig it. Anyways, that's called Shinjuku Niagara Falls. So I've been spending the last 5 months bouncing around Southeast Asia. I'm on my way home. I gotta take care of a few things. I got some health issues, you know, neck surgery and stuff like that I got to get done. But I'm just going to go into like where to retire. I don't know who this guy is, but he's here. In Southeast Asia, and then how I would do it. And I'm not saying you should do it this way because everybody's situation is different. I'm just giving you my take on it, you know. Like, so let's just start off with like Thailand. Thailand's a great country. I love it. It's fun, especially for a single guy. It's affordable. Nice people. It's going to be nice people and good food throughout all of this. So you can go to Thailand for $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 a month. You can set up shop almost anywhere and live pretty well on that kind of money. The issue with Thailand is they don't make it easy. There's rules, you know, and the rules change. Part of those rules are going to be banking. In order to get the citizenship, in order to get the retirement, you're going to have to throw in about 25 grand in the bank, right? All right, no problem. I want to do that. Well, good luck trying to get a bank account. You know, in order to get the visa, you need the bank account. In order to get the bank account, you need the visa. And that's just how it is in Thailand. They make up a lot of rules, and it's not a point A to point B thing, you know. They just kind of make things difficult sometimes. I don't mean the people, just the rules, you know. The people are fine. So you spend a lot of time trying to go find a way around the rules, you know. And once you figure out a way around the rules, they change the rules and you got to figure it out again. And usually there's a way around. Usually that way costs you some money. And that's that. I mean, if you want to deal with that, that's fine. It's worth it. I think Thailand would be a great place to retire. It just gets a little frustrating sometimes trying to do things and not being able to do it. You know, something that I'll take an hour or two to do this. Could take you all week, could take you a month, you know, just how it is. And let's say go to Cambodia. As far as I can tell, Cambodia is kind of like, hey, you want to retire here? Just fill out the paperwork and you're in. I don't think there's any requirements for income or anything like that, or if they are, they're minimal. And you can stay there for up to a year, I think, or whatever. It's not, it's just so informal that I think you got no problem bouncing in and out. They really don't seem to care if you hang out there or extend your visa or whatever. It seems to me that it's just structured for people to hang out, So you want to retire there, digital nomad there, whatever. I think it's easy to set up shop, maybe, do a business, the Tim Dillon fake business, however you want to do it. It's made for that, The rub there might be healthcare. And hey, man, it's up and coming, It's a third world country. They've been through a lot. But it's cool. People are nice and good food. I'd have no problem retiring in in Cambodia, but all these places are just going to be a little different. The next place would be Malaysia. Malaysia's pretty cool. You get 90 days there. In order to retire, you got to show them 10 grand a month, or buy a house and show them $5 or $6 grand a month. It's just unattainable for me and probably most people to retire in Malaysia. Now, if you got 10 grand a month, I don't think Malaysia's the worst spot in the world to retire. It's a pretty cool country, good food, nice people. It's almost 3 countries in one, because you got Malay, Chinese, and Indian influences, and you get all that culture in one shot. So, Malaysia wouldn't be bad. And then Vietnam. And I only spent 3 weeks in Vietnam, but I really liked it. I was surprised at how modern it was, and honestly, I was really surprised at how friendly the people were. It's a whole friendly region. Most of the people here are pretty friendly, but it was people stop and say hello, how are you doing, on the street, kind of friendly, and I wasn't expecting that. So with Vietnam, you get an e-visa. It's 90 days, and they let you renew it. So you can get another 90, and they'll let you do it again, you get another 90. So you could do the whole year there, if you'd like. It's not a retirement visa per se. So you could stay in Vietnam if you'd like for a whole year. And it doesn't seem to be any pushback. Obviously, these rules are going to change as they see fit. It's their country, and things change over there, What I would do is, it's hot. Let me sit down over here in the shade. This is the beauty of YouTube. In a foreign country, you could just walk around and talk to yourself in the park, and you're just an old man talking to himself. What I would do to retire, to max out your benefits, traveling and all that, would be, let's say fly into Bangkok, get your 60 days. You can fill it out online. You get 60 days when you come in, and they'll give you another 30 with the extension. You could go into immigration and try to get the extension yourself, or you pay a visa agent, I don't know, $50, $100, and they'll extend you out for another 30 days. So now you got 90 in Thailand. Hop on a plane, 2-hour flight to Kuala Lumpur, or Penang. Might be a couple more hours on the flight, maybe 3-hour flight to Penang. Penang was really cool. Georgetown is colonial architecture rather. Really cool. I liked it. Go to Penang for 90, or go to Malaysia for 90 days. Split your time between Kuala Lumpur and Penang. They got beaches. They got everything. Malaysia is kind of underrated, I think. The only knock on that is you need high income to retire there. Other than that, it's great. The people are wonderful. They're nice. The women are gorgeous. Like, you find yourself talking to, all kinds of different people, and I really enjoyed my time in Malaysia. And then from Malaysia, fly into Phnom Penh or Siem Reap and do your 90 days there. You got Cambodia there. Cambodia is a little bit rough and tumble, it is what it is. They've been through a lot. If you get into the history of it, I'm not going to get into that in this video, but they've been through a lot, and they're trying, and the people are really nice, and, give them a shot, I think, and then from there, go into Vietnam, and you can do 90 and stay there, or just start the whole rotation again. That's your year, 90 in Vietnam, 90 in Cambodia, 90 in Thailand, 90 in Malaysia. That's a year. And just rent short term and all that. Now, if you're one of those guys that got to start a business, or I need to get involved in real estate, or I'm coming here, I'm going to fall in love and I'm going to get married, and well, I'm not that guy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm like trying to uncomplicate my life. Other people kind of need to, latch on to stuff and set up home base, and that's fine if you're that kind of guy. I'm just different. But I like to slow travel. After 2-3 months of a place, I don't want to say get bored, but I'm always looking for the next place. And I think that's kind of a weakness on my part. I'm not present in the moment. I'm always thinking about the next place. And look, I got an addictive personality. And traveling took up a lot of my bad habits, like you just trade in one addiction for another, and this might be the most positive addiction I've ever had, with the travel. So that's what works for me. That's what I would do. Just do the slow travel, bounce in and out. And that being said, I'm probably going to go to Mexico and Panama. Mexico, I'm going to probably set up the pensionado visa thing, so at least I have something in my pocket in case they hike the requirements there. I can always run down to Panama and live there, worst comes to worst. And I guess there's a path to citizenship there if I wanted it, according to ChatGPT, but what the fuck do they know? That's it, man. I'm gonna, I just think the slow travel is the way to do it. And this could work for retiring or digital nomad, or, whatever. Geo arbitrage is the way to go. You're better off making $2,000 a month in Southeast Asia than you are making $6,000 a month in Manhattan, New York City, or Chicago, or Los Angeles. It's that much of a difference in the incomes. You're going to live better. It's a better quality of life. The food is better. There are trade-offs, obviously, but I think all in all for me, not everybody, but for me, and maybe people like me, you're better off getting out. I'm not knocking the U.S. It's just too expensive, and that's not a political statement on who's running it now or the last guy that was running it. It just is what it is. Groceries are going up, and they ain't coming back down ever. And that's just, the way it's going to be. And that's it. If you get any value out of this, like and subscribe. I know I go on these little rants and rambling, but this is a nice little area. Thought I'd just do a little walk and talk. By the way, you can stay in Japan for 90 days. If you can work that in somehow, bouncing around from hotel to hotel. I don't think you'll be able to get an apartment here, or it seems like it's difficult to get apartments here. not because they're expensive, just because you need a lot of paperwork. But Japan's awesome too. It's a great country. I really like Japan. It seems like I'm always passing through here, but I'd like to spend some time here. Thanks for watching.